Okay. All right. Beautiful hearts. Thank you for being here. This is a very special episode of our quantum conversations. As we show up to meet the hour, we realize it's time to come together in community just a little bit more. And this is where we're doing this today. And we are so looking forward to hearing from you too. All right, hold on a quick moment. I am changing our YouTube channels. Maybe it won't stream. If not, okay. We will put this on YouTube for later. Okay, let me just check one other thing, everyone, as we center in. Yeah, we are live. Okay. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Loren Gailey, and today we are here with a intuitive healer, a metaphysician, a channeler, a psychic medium, and an astrologer. Suzy Wu is here with us, and I hope you can feel her vibrant, buoyant energy. Hi, Suzy. Thank you so much for being here. How are you?
Hello, I'm super, super duper wonderful.
We just love your energy and all the things that you talk about. And so, when we're talking about astrology, we're calling this cosmic astrology. It's almost as if we are um, discovering the soul through astrology. What makes this so important in your mind? Why is this so necessary for people to fully embrace and understand?
Well, when we're born, it's like a snapshot of where all of the planets were as you drew that first breath. And so
What
each one of those has an imprint that you wear. It's kind of like if your house is full of rooms and all those rooms have different smells. And you go into that room and you're going to have that smell, and you go into the room and you're going to have that smell. And so you are your own unique blend of all of those smells. And knowing that helps you understand a range of how you operate. I call it like there's a low road expression and a high road expression. And when things aren't going so well for a period of time, we can always visit the birth chart and understand, well, maybe I was kind of living in the low road expression of that particular planet or that sign. It's a beautiful way to understand your cosmic recipe card.
Our own cosmic recipe card. And so, have you looked at the larger picture for this year? Do you do that, or do you just work on an individual soul level?
Oh, heck yeah. So I do look like I look at the world astrology,
Yeah.
changing of eras or periods. So on a macro level and on a micro level down to the individual, because it's all the same core. We're all from the same source. And whether it's on a planetary level, you have all of the planetary energies within you, but if you're functioning at a micro or an individual level, what happens out there definitely impacts in here, but because we all have a different energetic signature, we respond differently. It feels differently. Everything does not impact everybody the same way at all. Even a set of twins will have the same chart minutes apart, but one of the twins will be more like the sun, and the other twin will be more like the moon. It's fascinating. And hello to New
Yeah, so
York. I'm
it's
in New York. I'm in Western New York. Hi, hi.
hello,
Hello
New
to our
York.
viewers.
Yes, hi, Janice. That's Janice in our Zoom. All right. Ooh, all right. So if you're watching us on YouTube, you can always come into Zoom. The link is in the description box. All right. Okay, so Suzy, so then the genetics then. Okay, so it's amazing. So what as a soul, I know I'm kind of getting off topic here, but as a soul, because you mentioned twins, and then there's the genetics that go into twins. And so even though they're born minutes apart, they can still be different,
Very.
and yet they can still express. When we look at our genealogy then and our genes, how does that show up with our astrology? Can you elaborate on this? Is it like, does the astrology um, act as a buffer against the genetics that we might be coming in? And then if we're not aware, then we can get pulled into unconscious behaviors and actions. So how does the astrology affect that?
That's a really good question. It has nice
Interesting,
depth to
huh?
it.
Yeah.
So excuse me, our rising sign will show us our physical constitution, but our genetics, um, on a soul level, genetics don't really matter. At a soul level, which is infinite, you embody different types of bodies. You embody different meat suits and
Hmm.
different cultures and different places on the planet. And my understanding is, excuse me, you have been every type of person and done and have been in different states too. Like you've been a blade of grass. Like you've had some level of consciousness at each level, but but all of it is not like super duper multifaceted. Like a blade of grass isn't going to judge that flower. How dare you bloom? Don't you know I don't have all of my chlorophyll yet, or whatever is going on? And so, on a genetic level, actually, I'm going to stretch that a little bit. Illnesses can be read or predicted in the chart. Durations of illnesses can be read and predicted, but not like ethnicity. But genetically speaking, there is a house for that in astrology. It's the sixth house of health. And we have a paternal line in the chart also. It would be the fourth and 10th house. That's the parental lines. And then our south node is our past life, our most recent set of past lives. And so using that, it tells you what you've been an expert at before, and so you are born into this lifetime having on board skills, already things that you like, things that you're predisposed to. Like that's how we find, piano prodigies and or whatever kind of it's because you've already done that and mastered it and you have that muscle memory in this lifetime.
There you go, then. All right. That is really important. And so it's wonderful to know that we are guided by the stars. And so for those who are not familiar with their birth chart, like you gave the overview of it, what are the important things to look out for in when you read someone's chart? Like you read a lot of people's chart, you have personal sessions that you do with people. Is there anything that ever strikes your fancy or tickles your bone when you come up against some of these charts?
Well, yeah. Um, pardon me. One of the well, let me share that you have the sun represented in your chart, but that might not be what you resonate with. And the example I like to use is Leo because people have a particular understanding of Leo and they think maybe on the flamboyant and, oh, maybe dramatic, this kind of thing. But if the sun is in the 12th house for that person, they're going to identify more as a Pisces, which is passive and creative and subtle and shy and does not want to be center stage. Like Leo is celebrities and kings and queens and rules the stage, but a Leo whose sun is in the 12th house is going to avoid that. They don't want to be the center of attention. It's very nuanced, but the way that I teach it is at a very basic level where it's bite-sized information, which is why I love it so much because my students get so excited. We never want it to end when it's over. It's always very sad. But the sun is your daytime personality. It's who you're hardwired to be. The moon is our nighttime personality. Who are we when nobody's looking? And it's our emotional body. And so all of the planets that we know, um, um, they all represent different facets of a character, of a personality. And then when we look at the house that the planet lives in, then it gives it that smell, going back to the original example. And so you blend those things together, and that's what you come up with. And so some things that I worry about, because I do teach about red flags, and we have to look at Mars because Mars is sexual energy. Mars is direct and it's fiery and feisty. Mars can be violent. He's named after the god of war. And then Pluto is obsession. What do we obsess about? So sometimes it's good to obsess about good, healthy things. Like I'm obsessed with my work. I am married to my work. And that works for me. But some people are like predators and predatory and yucky kinds of things. And so if they have Mars and Pluto next to each other, that's a huge red flag. And I'd say clang, 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 danger. But of course we have to look at the rest of the chart. And oh, I'm getting some goosebumps. So this is already speaking to somebody. And we there always has to be at least three indications that for a condition to be a hard yes. But having those two planets, Mars and Pluto together, that's a big one. So a lot of times they will be a sexual predator or obsessed, that obsessive compulsive stalking, those kinds of things. But you take a sun sign of anything and you put it next to another planet. So the sun is you, it's your daytime behavior. But if you were born with the planet next to Uranus, it's going to give you Uranian qualities, which are I don't care if you like me and I can drop you like a hot potato. It can come off as cold, but that energy doesn't give you a second chance. You show me your colors once, you don't get another chance, no matter what that sun sign is. And so anything that is very close to the sun in a chart is very strongly influenced by that planet.
Okay, all right. I'm going to invite our audience to maybe type in if they know any aspects about their chart. I remember years ago, oh my God, like 30 years ago, someone said, "Have you ever had your chart done?" And I never had. And then it was done and I never really understood it. And so it's kind of like a way that we can peek in on the behaviors and the personality of someone or the emotions of some things, and it helps us understand a little bit better. And so I see there's a couple people typing in the certain thing. So for example, and you've read my chart, Susie, and I just say that it was really very spot on when you did that. So for an example, my sun is a Scorpio in my sun sign. My sun sign is Scorpio, and my moon is Pisces.
So that's double water and
That's
water
why I can cry
people.
at the drop of a hat.
Yes, yes.
And
And
it's not
that is
just my heart
healthy.
opening, but I
It's
used to just
empathic.
it's empathic. Okay.
Yes.
And
And
then there's
deep.
Pluto in there.
Where's Pluto?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know my chart well enough. So I don't know where it is. And then I'm a Taurus rising.
So Taurus rising likes to take things slowly. Don't rush, don't change my schedule. I might freak out. It
Ooh.
is sensual. It's using all of the five senses. Taurus rules the five natural senses. So now the rising sign, I like to say it's how a puppy has to grow into its paws. And so we're not born into the mastery of that energy. It's kind of like we have to develop and cultivate that. And so for you, it's like, don't eat fast. Don't hurry up and chow down because you have to be on the air. It's like, no, budget your time. Give yourself time to eat slowly and enjoy the flavors and the mouth feels. And it means go slow. Slow down is what that means. And your Scorpio sun sign is about depth. and truth. Unfortunately, it also has to do with trauma. So all Scorpio energy, whether it's the rising sign like I have, the sun sign or the moon sign, or you have planets in the eighth house, which is Scorpio's domicile, I know that person has had trauma in their life. And it's now that's very black and white. All of it isn't, but a lot of things are, which is why it's so
Mhm.
fun to teach this. You memorize a couple of things and you can pop off and start reading a couple of charts, at a bird's eye level, but you have actual information that you know is going to be correct. And of course, I test everything. And so start reading the stuff and do you resonate with that? Oh my God, yeah. And so over the years, I've done thousands of charts, and that's how I learn on what I can rely on. And then that is going to be also what I teach. Um,
Yeah.
So your Taurus
So,
rising is beautiful. Now, also, I have to say, Taurus rising people are born beautiful because you're ruled by Venus. So I'm
oh,
not blowing smoke. I'm telling you from a from a neutral astrological perspective, Taurus rising people are born beautiful. Just saying.
oh, well, thank
That
you.
also goes for Libra. Libra is
Uh-huh.
the other sign that is ruled by Venus. And so a Libra rising person will be very well put together. Taurus rules the throat. And so that means you have a beautiful voice, but you may not believe it.
Oh my goodness, thank you for that. And so, all right, you in just just those few little aspects have made me resonate with what you said there so deeply. And that's how this is really important for people. And so when we because it seems like a lot, you got to remember all the 12 houses, you got to do this, you got to do that, but there's a way that, just it's like pieces of a puzzle, and then you can start to match them together and see the threads, and that's really quite fascinating. So, someone who's learning this, we're going to talk more about it for people to really understand how how long does it take? And I mean, you've got a 10-week program, and that allows you to go through the whole sequence. But then by the end of that, are people ready to go
I
and
would say
start
at an
eating
amateur level, yeah, we're
at an
not
amateur
professional
level?
until we get the experience.
Uh-huh.
But at the end of the 10 weeks, you're going to know the nuts and bolts, pardon me, the nuances. You're going to understand all of the 12 signs, all of the 12 houses, and then all of the planets and what they represent. And so when you take the planet, you know what it means. We put it in this house and now it's flavored like this. It really is that simple. People get really nervous about, there's too much. It comes very easily. Like we start with the elements. And so there's only
Ah,
four elements. You have three signs per element. And so the elements, water people are very empathic and can't deal with large crowds very well because too much of
yes.
everybody else's energy. Ugh. But they're very empathic and feely and helpful, and it's a little bit more quiet. The earth signs, I guess I should identify those. So the water signs are Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And the next one, earth signs, that's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. They need to get their hands on things. They got to touch things. I got to touch. The crystals and the whatever it is, I got to touch it. But also, those are money and financial signs, the earth signs. They are pretty good at balancing a checkbook. And then the air signs are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Those are social signs. And the air quality is conversation. So we need a sounding board. The worst thing you can do to an air person is the silent treatment. And then we have the fire. And fire are fiercely independent. And that one is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And so I want to help light your fire so that you understand how awesome and amazing you are. Say all of the fire signs. I want to motivate you. I want to inspire you. This is fire energies. So we have a couple things in the chat. Somebody had mentioned an Aquarius sun. I don't care if you like me or not. I can drop you like a hot potato. So see, that's canned. I package it. And so Aquarius people are unique and different. They have no desire to blend in. And they are here to flip the game table over and send the pieces flying because this isn't making sense. You don't know what you're doing. I'm going to do something about it. I'm not going to do what you're telling me to do. The Leo moon is opposite. So Aquarius and Leo oppose one another like on a seesaw. Well, that Leo moon needs to be seen. Will you please witness me? And Aquarius says, oh my God, stop being so needy. And so already you have both of this in one body, and that Leo
Uh-huh.
moon needs to be appreciated. I took a lot of time making this lunch for you. Do you appreciate my love and effort? I just need a simple thank you. And then the rising sign is also fire. So this person is a double fire. That Aries rising, I'm going to jump in and ask questions later. I'm going to put you in your place. So this is somebody you really don't want to be messing with because they know who they are. Aquarius people know who they are. Get out of my way, and I will protect you as long as you don't betray me. If we just want to learn
Okay,
about our
that's
own.
fawn. That's fawn. All right, watch out for fawn. And she says if we just want to learn about our own and not be a reader for anyone else. Yes, Susie does readings for
Oh
people.
yeah. I love to do it.
Uh,
And you also get the recording, so you get to rewatch it over and over and over, and it'll eventually it's going to sink in, it's going to make sense, and it's very fun. I mean, what better way to learn astrology than with our own chart?
exactly. And Fawn also says that her son is a triple Leo.
Ooh, fiery.
So
So it's
really
fiery, but
fiery.
I need to be witnessed, I need to be appreciated, and very talented. That's my gifts. And so the energy of Leo is these are the gifts that I bring, like my talents. It's a creative energy. It's a very, very creative energy. So that's a talented person who wants to be on the stage somewhere receiving accolades.
Okay. So there's some in our Zoom, and this is just really fun. So if you do happen to know your birth chart, or if you go get it online somewhere, Susie does that. She'll read it for you and in a personal session. And we have a link for that, and we'll drop it in the chat for you. But if you already know your birth chart or have it done, or maybe you just go online right now and just get it, and you could tell us what your sun is, what your moon is, and what your rising is. She's just going to do a quick little read on that. And so here is Aparajita. Aparajita, I hope I said your name right. Taurus sun, Leo rising, Sagittarius moon.
Oh, that's a fun person. So that Sagittarius moon is a lot of fun. They're good storytellers, great sense of humor, clumsy, elbow nudgy. Come on, let's go do something. And can tend to get carried away. Sagittarius energy doesn't really have an off switch, and the moon is our emotions. And so I can't regulate my emotions. If I'm getting all worked up, I'm going to continue to get worked up, and I need help calming down, says the Sagittarius moon. The what was that, a Leo rising, did you say? Leo sun?
Leo rising,
Leo rising?
Taurus
So
sun.
Leo rising people have big hair, big, like a lion's mane. A Leo rising person will have big hair. And then the Taurus rising share, that's your rising sign. And so I already mentioned about that. It's born, you are born beautiful. It's so get your judgment out of your head, because other people find you attractive. And so let them flatter you. It's okay. It's a wonderful energy. That's a double fire with an earth. Now they act so like fire will scorch the earth. Like I have a lot of fire and earth, so I scorch myself. It's called hoof and mouth disease, isn't it? You have to learn how to regulate what you're going to say and not just burst stuff out.
Yes. Okay, cool. I'm just going to go through a couple more here just to see how you respond. So,
Lunch coming.
Denise, thank you. Denise says Sun Capricorn,
Okay, tough,
Moon, Moon Virgo,
tough.
Rising Pisces,
Oh boy. Okay, so that's water
Neptune
and
Scorpio, eighth house.
So that's a psychic who has had psychological damage. I almost feel for this person being intercepted in a previous lifetime and getting like knocked right out of like coming through and getting knocked right out of wherever they were going, but bringing it back down. That Capricorn sun, that's banker, it's real estate, it's cut and dry, it's not emotional. It says there is no crying in baseball. And so you come in, you get your work done, no drama. You get the work done and you go home. That the I lost what the moon was. I didn't write it down. What was the moon?
Moon Virgo,
Oh yes.
rising Pisces, Neptune Scorpio, eighth house.
Okay. The Virgo moon, that's anxiety. And that is opposite your Pisces rising sign. And so that means you fall into martyrdom. You're bleeding out so everybody else can live. And you're going to get good and pissed off about it one day. And you're going to say, no more. I'm sick of doing this because I'm there for everybody else. And when I need something, I hear crickets. Now, that moon in Virgo, not only does it carry anxiety with it, it's really great at details. It's very kind of finicky, thinking that you're not all that, but you are. And so you kind of have that discrepancy going on. Very intuitive, very, very intuitive. That's your Pisces rising, and that's your Neptune in the eighth in Scorpio. Very, very intuitive and empathic. But that Virgo moon kind of holds things at bay. You're feeling stuff and very kind. It's a sweet energy that rising the your rising Pisces and your Virgo moon, that's very, very sweet. But that Capricorn, that's boss. Get out of my way. I'm going to climb to the top of my mountain. If I see you even looking anywhere near me, I'm going to bump you off. I am going to the top. And so it's very strong will, very determined, but but your rising sign softens it just a little bit. It helps you to kind of feel for other people so that you don't run over their toes or step on their toes.
All right, that makes a lot of sense. And a Capricorn that I know in my life, and she is a go-getter and she makes stuff happen.
Yeah,
And she's
very
in
driven.
commercial real estate. So there you go.
Love
Yeah.
it.
All right. Laurel says Sun Aquarius, Moon
Okay.
Leo, Rising Capricorn.
So those are opposite one another. Again, the Leo Aquarius axis. And so that means you are amazing and radiant, but you do need a sense of community. You need your peeps. I'll tell you something else about Aquarius sun signs is they don't actually like people. And forgive me, but it is
Mm.
the way it is. Aquarius people wake up in the morning and they're like, "Oh my God, I cannot people today. People are just so stupid." And everyone who's an Aquarius sun is going, "Oh, and they vibrate really high. They're very smart. It's the last of the air signs. And so it's the most evolved air sign. And so it's the sign of brilliance, um, high intelligence, technology, electricity. A lot of line workers are Aquarius. Um, and high aerospace, planes, that kind of thing. And genius. Aquarius energy is genius. Very way up here, people. You don't want to go to an Aquarius and say, "Isn't it nice weather?" Because they're just going to want to smack you. It's depth. It's Aquarius and Scorpio people depth. They don't want that small talk. It's like, no, let's talk about the stuff. Scorpio says, "Tell me where it hurts. I want to empathize with you." But Aquarius is like, "I don't care. I don't care. I don't want to hear it. But I vibrate with those that are like me. Aquarius people love Aquarius people and not a lot of other signs."
Okay. I think it's Janet. Hi, Janet says, I'm a triple Libra ruled by Venus.
Yes. So Libra is such a beautiful sign. Interior designer, a costume designer, very well put together, accessorize. So it's all about the matching, necklace and the hair clip and beautiful people, elegant, poise, everything. But they always feel not good enough. And with Libra energy, it's the opposite of Aries, which is me. Libra is we. And so when you're a Libra person, let's say you're having a job interview and you're Libra, you're getting your job interview. So there's like a version of you sitting on the interviewer's shoulder, analyzing yourself, saying, "Oh, I didn't comb my hair properly. I'm not sitting right. I shouldn't have said that." So that inner critic is horrible. And it's I just want people to like me. I'm a nice person. I do good for people in the world, and other people can just kind of plow me over sometimes. It's a good initiatory energy, launching, starting things, getting things going. But other people can lose their drive, and it could really bum you out. Libra people are very undervalued, I feel. Very talented, super creative. Again, ruled by Taurus. That's creative, it's beauty, it's lighting me up too. So I might see you again, whoever said that, because I'm getting goosebumps. I think there's some more more information to be delivered to you. Actually, I'm seeing a little present, like a gift box. Somebody's going to be giving you a present, or you're going to win something.
Wow. Okay. So if that's Janet. I believe that's Janet. It's J and her last name, and I believe that's Janet. Okay, Janet's
Beautiful.
sister. All right. Let's do a couple more, and then I have some more questions for you. We have Glenn who says Sagittarius Sun, Venus, and rising in Scorpio moon in Taurus.
Wait a minute. That didn't sound okay. So I got the Sagittarius sun.
Sagittarius Sun,
So that's a fun
Venus.
person. And then a Sagittarius Venus too. So,
Yeah.
okay, Venus is what we love and what people love about us. So you are the stand-up comic. You are very good at flattering people. Sagittarius win hands down with flattery. And it helps them to get what they want. Sagittarius is the sign of who's standing at the podium. And so it's sometimes it's religious leaders or politicians, but Sagittarius is also judges too. It's I'm going to decide what's right based on all of this stuff here. It's not climbing the mountain. It is I am going to be neutral and intelligent, but I'm going to laugh the whole way. Sagittarius people love to laugh. You can hear them laugh 2 rooms away. They always have a very unique laugh. The Venus in Sagittarius, people love your sense of humor. They're drawn to you. So I kind of feel charmed, charming, fun. Now with you, I'm actually getting also writing. So I think you're a writer that also speaks to publishing and creative, not creative design, marketing and publishing. But I'm definitely almost like I'm feeling like screenwriting or something like this. And fun, just a lot of fun to be around. So that was a double Sag. And then he had a Scorpio something.
Oh my goodness, where did that go? There's so many
There's a lot coming in.
Scorpio.
It's so much fun. I could do this all day.
Yeah, you can do it all day. Rising in Scorpio moon in Taurus. Rising in Scorpio, moon
Okay.
in Taurus. That's what it is.
Those oppose one another. Hey, that's me. I'm a Scorpio rising with a moon in Taurus too. And so that moon in Taurus, that means it's going to be in your seventh house. It could be in the sixth, but so that means you got to feel things, and it also means you're very sensual. That you now in relationships, you actually need to be shown. Don't just tell me, no, show me. Like, I don't mind if you want to pay to take me out to dinner because I like food, says that Taurus moon. And then that Scorpio rising is I always got thrown under the bus when I was a kid. I didn't do anything wrong. All I did is show up, and people they misjudge you and misread you, and it makes you feel like, do I have four heads? Like, why are people singling me out for things? And so that Sagittarius double Sag energy helps you to find the comedy. It helps you to break the monotony, and to some people it's going to feel inappropriate, like at a funeral and you crack a joke, but many people need that. But because everyone's so different, some people are going to scorn where other people will understand.
Yeah, okay. Let me just pick one more here. Let's see, let's see. Okay. Wow, some people really know their charts very well. They're almost I mean, if someone knows their chart so well, like Karen has Aquarius stellium, conjunct Venus and Jupiter, Gemini moons. Okay, there's a lot there. So, okay, let's draw this into more of a practical. Like, here's a question coming in from Kelly.
Okay.
So, if we're looking at our chart and we are having to make a decision in our life or move through a situation in our life, this will help. So, um, Kelly has this question. How would you go about choosing a date for launching a business? Is there a specific house to watch for that? She
Okay.
says she's a Sun Sagittarius,
All right.
Capricorn rising, and a Cancer moon.
Ooh.
So,
So that's a doer. I want to do stuff. I want to make stuff happen. I want to leave a mark. I want to make a difference. And to answer that, you create the chart and then you have to know what's going on. You definitely need to work with Mercury. It also depends on the industry, what the business industry is, because each industry has its own house. But Mercury is the planet of commerce. We never want to launch a business when Mercury is retrograde. Or when the moon, it's called void of course, which means the moon is not making, it's not talking to anything in the sky. When that happens and you launch something, it'll be like it never happened. And you'll have to do it again. So we don't want to do that. And business launch, that's going to be your 10th house, your career, your sixth house of what you do on the daily. Um, and then certain transits bring more likelihood of success. But then also, so like I'm a serial entrepreneur. Like I've been starting businesses ever since I got divorced, and I'm on business I think 22 and 23. And so I launch my businesses based on the current astrology. Um, Industry relevant, yes, but there's certain things that you never launch a business during that time, which is cool. Like everybody who is way up the chain know this. Like when the American paperwork was signed, that is the birth chart of America. Sports teams have a birth chart, just saying. And so when we learn the patterns, it kind of makes things predictable. When Mercury is going through this sign, it means that. And when you're born with what you're born with, it makes you have the flavors that you have. Oh, I just see that service industry. That's a sixth house and it's a Virgo matter. And so that's ruled by Mercury. It's doubly ruled by Mercury. Service is Mercury, it's Virgo. That's sixth house. And it's so we want to make sure that Mercury is in a very good position. And what is it doing in your chart too? It's not going to be a simple black and white answer because I'd have to study your chart and then understand what your industry is. And then if you already signed the paper, your filing papers, now your business has a birth chart already. So I would look at the chart of your business when you signed your articles of incorporation. That's going to set up your business chart. Then we have to work with that. But if you haven't launched it yet, then we take your chart, we get the industry, and we recommend, I don't tell you, but suggest best dates and times to sign your articles of incorporation. And I do this at various
awesome.
levels. It's very it works. Accurate, very
Awesome. Great. Okay. And so, for those who would like a personal session or a personal profile reading, there is a link in our Zoom box, and that link is also on our live stream channel on YouTube. So, check it out because there's that personal profile reading with Suzy, and there's also the opportunity to learn about how you can do readings for yourself, for your family, for your loved ones and on a business level. Okay, cool. So there's a couple of Leo risings. And by the way, Aparahita says, yes, she has a big mane of hair. And Ellen Marie says, Leo sun, Leo rising. Yes, big hair, she says. and a Capricorn moon.
Oh, so that's tough because those signs don't understand one another. It's like that Capricorn is in a blind spot. And so Capricorn is business, business mind, business acumen. It's a great sign if you understand them. But to people who don't understand them, you're very bossy and intimidating. But the double Leo, so that means your sun is either in the first house or right on your ascendant, that double Leo. I love that because that means what you see is what you get. This is who I am. It's kind of like the jazz hands going on and fun and funny and motivate. So you're going to be a great source of inspiration to people, light the fire under people's butt. But your Capricorn energy is going to hold your people accountable. Did you do the lessons that I asked you to do? I love that. And that's a nice pairing. Even though they don't see each other, they can clearly be integrated. You're the star of the show. You have a set program because Capricorn needs structure. It's the sign of structure. So you followed it. Oh, it's also the sign of books, reference materials. So whatever your program is, if you have a program or a coaching program, some kind of leadership, and then you have something that is bullet pointed, a nice template that's laid out, and you got yourself the perfect business right there.
All right. Very good. And someone, Janice asks, when is the next Mercury retrograde?
Oh, that's a great question. I don't know off the top of my head.
I just looked it up and it's June 29th. It's coming up. We
Ooh,
feel like we just
ooh.
got rid of one or through one. But you know what? This whole year, am I the only one that feels like this whole year and last year feels like a continuing Mercury retrograde? Oh my goodness.
I will
Um,
tell you one thing, never buy a computer or a car when Mercury is in retrograde. Now, I have to also say, including the shadow period. So days leading to that Mercury retrograde, no, because I am not immune to it. I bought a brand new laptop November 2nd,
yeah.
November 7th or 9th, Mercury went retrograde. I've had problems with the laptop. I'm fighting the manufacturer. I sent it
Mm.
out for repair. They sent it back. It still is the same issue. Never, ever, ever, ever buy anything with a key. A car, you don't want to sign
House.
contracts, or technology, a phone, a laptop, when Mercury is retrograde. And it happens a third of the time. So a third of everybody is born with Mercury retrograde, which for
Mhm.
you, if that applies to you, then that means you dry rehearse everything in your head before you say it because Mercury is the planet of communication. And any of your planets that are retrograde are way more internalized. So they're in here versus going out there.
Ah,
Yeah.
that makes so much sense. And I'm going to research this about my husband because he's one who always is that way. He is very reserved and he formulates what he's going to say before he says it. And me, I like to interrupt or speak. And so he's always like, I can't even get a word out. And it's like, okay, there you go. So that must be what's going on. Um, so this is very interesting. Have you seen astrology help someone change their direction in life or understand themselves better?
Yes, yes, because every time you have a birthday, there's a new chart for you, and it's called a solar return chart. And so those energies will be the blueprint for the whole next 12 months. So right now, my solar return, now you keep your sun sign, you keep that stuff, but they're in different houses and it means different things. And so my solar return sun is in the 12th house, which is about retreating, but
Uh-huh.
I can't retreat. I'm a yang person. I got to be out there making things happen. But I am ready to purchase a place that I'm going to open a healing retreat center in. So a retreat center is a 12th house matter. So I am bang on with what I'm supposed to be doing. But each year changes. It'll be in a different house every year. And so will your moon. And then there's another thing to astrology that are progressions. Your moon is your emotions. That changes every 2.5 years. So your emotional output, it changes. And then
Mm-hmm.
every 30 years, your progressed sun changes. So you become very different as you go through your life, different phases. It's so much fun to learn and understand. And then you learn how to work with it. So if you're going to have a lot of air going on in your chart, well, it's a time to get out and socially, out on your networks and socialize and do, get gatherings and kinds of things. But if your theme is more watery, that's more internal. So you're going to be doing a lot more meditation or meditation groups or things like that.
That's why what a gift we can give to ourselves. I have a friend who goes to a hotel on her birthday and doesn't talk to anyone. She does a ceremony for her solar return and she gets her astrology done and she focuses on that. And she plans out her whole year in that hotel room with no distractions from everyone. And I think that's really important for all of us to do. So if anyone has a birthday coming up in the next few months or whenever, it would be a really great gift to give yourself, right? This is something that helps us navigate. Wow. Okay. So that's really good. Um,
100%.
yeah, good. So when we are thinking about learning this, can you share with us what people will be able to understand with this course that you're going to teach? Because I know that there's the progressive chart. Someone said that in our chat. There's different ways, right? And then you said your solar return. So when people learn this about themselves, what will they learn in this 10-week course?
We're not doing progressions. We're not doing solar return. We're doing you. So it is everything. It is all of the planets, excuse me, in your chart. What do they represent? Where do they live? And how's it working out for you? Are you honoring what you were born with? Do you know your vocation? Are you aimless? Do you not know what your purpose is? So Jupiter shows us our vocation. Venus is our money. Where we have Sagittarius in our chart, that's where we spend our money, which is not always a good thing, but it talks about our spending habits and our level of evolution. So that's the other thing is with astrology, it also rides on the level of evolution of that person. Because somebody who takes the low road energy is going to be all of the lesser expression, unevolved, but you have the potential to rise up to this. So we have all these different potentials for all of the planets. Then the planets also talk to each other. So we're going to be learning what your planets are and what it means in simple sentences. I have Venus in Cancer. That means I like to nurture people and I like to be nurtured. I love to cook for people. Like that level for all of the planets and your rising sign and your midheaven, which is your career. How to read a chart. I am going to be talking about some red flags, and some gifts. Like you all have natural born abilities. We're going to talk about that. So we're going to learn the planets. We're going to just scratch the surface on simple aspects, which is how they talk to each other. We're just going to touch the surface on that so it's digestible and easy to understand using your own chart. It is live, it's not pre recorded. And so you get to ask questions every week, and then every week, we're going to be using your chart with your permission. We can anonymize it if you like, but we'll be using the participants' charts. And we'll give the lesson, and then we're going to do some chart reading. And then as we move through it, you're going to be doing some of the chart reading, and I will help you. And this way, it starts making sense. It's by participating, and all you need are some colored markers and some flashcards, and it'll be very fun. It'll feel very basic, and I promise it is not overwhelming because I teach how I want to learn. Assume I know nothing. And so it's for somebody who doesn't know anything, but it's also for somebody who is a little bit well versed in it because I come from a different angle. I don't use all the jargon. I don't talk about above people's heads. I talk plain talk, just like how I'm talking here. It's how I am all the time.
All right. Well, this is exciting. And I know that as you gather your group, it is, in the 10-week journey, that's a beautiful place to land every week. And so people are going to look forward to that. I know what that's like. How, um, with what's, we started this conversation about like, wow, this year and last year, it just seems like the world is moving so quickly. Why now? Why is this so important now? Why is learning this information, how to look at our chart, how is that important for people now to help them navigate?
Aquarius, we're moving into the age of Aquarius, and Aquarius rules astrology. I'm just saying. But also, true to the astrology, all of the outer planets have changed signs. It's a very big deal. And it's the end of an era for sure. And we are moving into more of a technology era. And so we've done all of the industrial stuff, mining the earth and all that. Now this the next thing is the whole AI thing, which is always it's been there for a long time, but not public. And so now it's figuring all that out. And what are people going to stand for? Also, Aquarius. I want to be with my own people, Aquarius. And so it's going to be more community styles of living like-minded people and groups and living off the grid. We will not have the top-down world structure as it stands. That's on its way out. It's been on its way out. That will continue to be on its way out. All of our systems are changing because they have to. They're still teaching in the textbooks that slaves built the pyramid. Okay, that's so old, and not the case. And so all of this stuff happens in cycles and patterns. The shorter patterns, we get through it quicker. But last year and this year, the nodes of fate or the nodes of the moon have been in um, Virgo, the south node, what we need to shed away. Perfectionism, overcriticalness of self, it's also again anxiety, and so we've been asked to start shedding this away and instead reach towards this Pisces energy, which is our north node right now since last year January. And the north node in Pisces is spiritual. It says I dissolve, which means my ego is going to dissolve and I'm going to let my higher power speak to me. So I don't need to go necessarily to a building with stained glass windows, or I don't need to necessarily go to an external guru, but this is where the answers are inside, and you get to open up to realize them. Your spirit guides get to have conversations with you. It won't happen unless you say you're open and ready for something like that, because your spirit guides don't want to scare you. But now these nodes are going to change signs this summer, and they're going to leave Pisces Virgo, which is also health and healthcare and immune system, and they're going to move into the North Node is going to be in Aquarius. So hooray for all of you Aquarians, because it's going to be your calling card, which are star seeds, ETs, this high level technology. It's so exciting. And the South Node is going to be in Leo, kings and queens falling. It's already been happening worldwide. Leadership is being either voted out or beheaded, which is a star, Algol. Um, but this has been happening worldwide for a good year and a half. And so when this shifts, the South Node in Leo is going to pull the rest of them down. And those who are egocentric, ego-centered, nobody wants it anymore. We don't want Kardashian. We don't want these celebrity. We don't want that anymore. It's tiring. Instead, we want to be self-led. And we want to be in communities that think this way, that live this way, that do this kind of thing. And so it's beautiful that we're moving into this era that supports healthy use of AI. My credit worthiness. But like if I had a stroke and this tiny little chip can help reprogram the neural pathways in my brain. Like it's all there, but it's been withheld. And so this is going to be continuous disclosure, data dumps, especially that's what's going on now. More dumps that can create overwhelm. We must unplug. You gotta come, you have to have downtime. It's too much. Our nervous systems aren't wired for all this notification, notification. Like, I went to lunch with somebody and ding, ding, ding. I'm like, I'm here to have a meal and quality time with you. Like, you turn that thing off. Because I keep my phone on do not disturb. I am focusing on my task, my conversation, my assignment. And that's the only way you're going to be able to get things done. And putting this technology in our hands ever since, little kids got the tablet. I mean, not only is it causing brain damage, but it's causing this disassociation. I don't know how to socialize, which is bad. And where it's going is we need to come back down to the earth. We need to take care of the earth. We need to grow our own food. We need to have these off-grid communities. And those who don't want that, there'll be a sliver of the old system to hang on to because there's something for everybody. But that it's we're kind of entering some last gasps, really.
Mm. So again, that is how this becomes a valuable tool to help us navigate, to help us understand ourselves so deeply and the ones in our lives so that we are not so critical of them, but we have a deeper, better understanding of what makes them tick. I find it highly beneficial, right? Because when we know that our spouse is this, or our children are this, or our parents are this, or sisters or friends are this, then we're not so critical and we can understand better. So this is an important time for this. And so at the end of 10 weeks, one more time, and someone mentioned, is this online? Live. These are live Zooms, right?
Live. I'm there with you.
Live.
This is not pre-recorded because to me it's
Mhm,
super important. So I
mhm.
can answer questions on the fly, and we're going to use your charts in real time. And
So it's
then
almost like
you
a mini reading of your chart where you really
every
get to
week.
understand your
Yeah.
chart.
And
That's
then
cool.
you also will get access to those recordings for life. So it's not a one and done. You don't need to worry about not having access to the information. We'll do this course live, and then you also get all of the recordings too, and all the slides that I use.
All right. So, everyone, if this resonates with your heart, if you're feeling the interest, the kindling, this is a beautiful time to learn skills like this. This fortifies us to move forward with faith, confidence, and conviction for New Earth. We are really here to rise above that fray. And as our community, it seems like there's so many things that can polarize us. This is one of these things that help bring us back together, helps us rebuild our new community, as you were mentioning, Susie. So to me, this is highly important. When you teach this for people, and even when you read for people, what is something that makes you just so awe-inspired to keep on going? Like what the transformation that you see, you've seen some incredible things. Can you share some of those with us?
Watching people light up, especially like if I'm doing a reading and a second, like a husband and wife or something like that, and watching the other one's face is like calling them out. This is how you are. This is the way it goes. This is where you guys might run into conflict. And it's like, uh-huh, I told you. It's very fun and humorous. And even our pets have a chart too. And so, I mean, their personalities are birth related. Like it's not just breed related. I enjoy doing that. I really enjoy giving great, inspiring news that, if you've been in a funk for a while, it's like the Wheel of Fortune card. Well, guess what? Things are going to turn around this quarter of that year because I'm reading the aspects and how that impacts that person's chart. And so for everybody, just you can look at your own chart wherever you have Taurus energy. Well, Uranus has been going through there for 8 years. And Uranus is lightning and action and genius energy, and it needs to move. Well, it's been trapped in a week. So we couldn't do anything. Frozen assets, frozen bank accounts, or I don't have the power, my spending power. Well, that just blew open April 25th of this year. And so for Taurus people, you finally get your day in the sun, finally. And then for Gemini, which it just moved into, Uranus moved into Gemini, it loves being in Gemini. So hooray for Aquarius people, hooray for Gemini people, hooray for Taurus people. We're getting a whole bunch of hoorays that have been suppressed, withheld, and all that kind of stuff. We are really moving into very fast, accelerating, but exciting times. And this is where we get to learn who we are, what are we here for, and are you living it? Are you living the high road of your planets? And if not, here's how we can build that bridge.
Oh my goodness, I love it. And this is so wow, this is more than just reading astrology in the newspaper, right? This is so much more in depth. And this is not just looking at our fate, what fate may await us. This is actually revealing our potential
Yeah.
as humans. This gives us the roadmap. Like my friend who holds up in a hotel on her own, she's fueling her roadmap. And this is so powerful. So, and it's ancient, right? This is not
Oh, this
new.
isn't modern woo-woo stuff. No, I
No.
take the
And
woo out of the woo-woo. It's
isn't it
it's
just amazing that one thing that I
ancient.
noticed is that this astrology, Susie, so when okay, so looking at the cycles within cycles within cycles, and we've got the yugas, and we just left the Kali Yuga, which is like
Yes.
the bottom of the bottom.
Yes.
March 21st, 2025, we left the Kali Yuga. Now we're making our way back through those lower yugas up to the great. And so what I love about this is the astrology came from one of the great golden ages on this planet. How could the great sages who had no scientific measures understand this so well? That just amazes me. So this is our birthright to be able to understand it in this way. And it is not woo. It's your
It's
woo.
science.
Susie
It's a
Woo.
language,
She's woo.
right? It's a language. You learn how
Isn't
to
that
read the
amazing?
language.
So doesn't that fascinate you that this is ancient technology, golden age technology?
Yeah. That's why I love it so much. Like back in those days, all doctors were required to know astrology.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, it was mandatory because there's medical astrology too.
Oh, wow. See, now that's really cool. And isn't it interesting that when you come and learn these things, like Nancy Reagan was really into astrology. And so we still keep seeing this. The people, powers that be, if you will, they're really into it
Pay
as
up,
well.
have an astrologer.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a phrase that says millionaires don't use astrology, billionaires do. But anybody who wants to build success for themselves, but really that's my version. Anybody that wants to understand themselves better, it's like there's a roadmap. You were born with a roadmap. We always say, when we have a kid, wish they came with instructions. Well,
They do.
we do. And so you with a chart, you can understand this is how you learn. Everybody doesn't learn the same. This is how you learn. There's so many things in there. This is how you communicate. This is what you need in relationships, with friendships. This is how you need to be witnessed. It's different for everybody because we all have a different combination of that stuff.
All right. So beautiful. We are so looking forward to your course. Thank you for offering that. Thank you for offering personal profile readings as well. I will let you look at the chat and pick one, Susie, one more. If you'd like to just grab one
Yeah, let's take
and
a look here.
yeah.
Oh, somebody says they got their car and phone during Mercury retrograde. If you have a double Sag, Aquarius rising, and a Capricorn Venus. A Capricorn Venus? I'm not going to say your name. Don't say it. Because a Capricorn Venus and a Capricorn moon sometimes likes tethers. Like an employee who had a Capricorn moon and she was in the dating world. She said on her first date with this person, he has to tie her up and she allowed it. But Venus in Capricorn is a love of material, a love. I don't mean it to sound like the love of money, but it is. Capricorn is business and Venus is money. And so I love to make money, hopefully, in my business. And double Sagittarius is fun, and Aquarius rising is different. And so what I do, it doesn't fit in with that. No, I'm different, and you are. And you got a great sense of humor. But when it comes to love, you're very serious, very determined, very committal. A Venus in Capricorn is awesome. You got a partner for life. As long as you're faithful, then you have a partner for life when you have somebody with a Capricorn in the sign of Venus.
Oh, this is so fun, and I hope everyone is enjoying this and curious about your own soul blueprint, this roadmap of you and your great potential. It's so exciting, and we invite everyone inside to check this out. Again, click on the link. I posted it a couple times in our Zoom chat. And it's also on the page that got you to this. So check your email, that the page that gets you to this event, and you'll find it. And so thank you for that. Thank you, Suzy. As we wrap up and say goodbye, I just want to give you a few moments for your final thoughts on this. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for participating. I look forward to working with whoever signs up here. Um, Forewarned, forearmed is you want to be sure that you are staying as grounded as you can. I would definitely assign at least an hour a day to be completely unplugged from
Mm.
your technology so that you can move through the new wave that's coming in, more data dumps, more things to put you in fear, more things to overwhelm your nervous system. And so take time out to journal, because Uranus in Gemini, journal, and you might even doodle out some things that might be light language. Lots of things with your spirit guides and extraterrestrials and your own multidimensional DNA waking up and coming online. Be open to that, because we are all connected and we are all relevant. The more you love yourself, the more capable you are to love others. It's a beautiful sentiment, and I swear by it. Thank you so much for having me. Oh, there's also, if anybody here wants to have their astrology profile done, a one-on-one, we have a special going on here.
We do. It's the link in the Zoom chat as we play our goodbye music. Go check it out, scroll for that, and get yourself signed up for this. It is a gift for you that reveals your greatest potential. Awesome, everyone. Thank you, Suzy. There's some good comments for you in there as well. Yeah, it's time for self-leadership and community. We love you and we thank you for being here. Suzy, we're sending you a big heart hug. And everyone, remember to hug yourself, love yourself, and allow that heart to radiate new earth for you. All right, everyone. Be sure to check out Suzy's class on astrology, and you can even get a personal profile reading as well. Whatever floats your boat, Suzy's here with the wind in your sails. All right. Thank you, Suzy. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Namaste. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. This has been a presentation of New Earth One Network, your home for New Earth living. Access information, education, and videos on living from the heart in Unity Consciousness. Visit newearth1.com.